if your postgraduate work permit is expiring before December 31st or on December 31st, you will be eligible for the old policy, which is the 18 months extension. But after December 31st, then you wouldn't be eligible for this extension again.
Hello everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Gifty. I mostly share content about anything in helping you in relocating to Canada and life in Canada in general. Guys, as you can see, there was a news outbreak yesterday on the 7th of December from IRCC, and in fact, when I got the news, it was kind of a mixed feeling. At some point, is kind of good for international students, but for those who are willing to move into Canada or start their application, their school application, kind of a bad news in some way. So I don't know where to start, either to start from the bad news to the good news, or from the good news to the bad news. Whatever be the case, I will still bring it up to you. What I will tell you is that whatever news it is, don't let it spoil your dream of moving into Canada. Okay, it shouldn't spoil your dream, it shouldn't hinder your future, your plans. Everything is in control. And one thing that I also advise is that if you are making plans of coming, try and come as early as possible. Do everything you can to land yourself here, because you don't know what next year will even have for us. So you don't need to waste your time on anything to delay you. Try and do everything as early as possible so that at least you wouldn't be affected too much. So I think the changes was like 4 or 5 changes that was put out yesterday. One is about international students working hours. The next one is also about those here and they've applied for the postgraduate work permit. So the next one is that they have also increased the amount that you need to prove when you are moving into Canada. So the next one is for those who study online. For that one, I'm still in search for more information concerning that. So today I'll basically talk about the 3 updates that was given yesterday. So first of all, let me start with the good news, at least to keep you. For the first update is the ProofOfFund. So concerning the ProofOfFund, I think for like in the 2000s they haven't actually changed ProofOfFund. It was 10,000. okay, so at first when you are moving into Canada or when you are applying for your study permit, you have to prove 10,000 Canadian dollar plus your first year tuition fee and your other traveling expenses. But the recent update, you have to prove 20,635 Canadian dollars. So it has been multiplied by 2, and actually it's because of the living expenses, because the cost of living has increased a little bit. So this is the reason for the increments. Those of you who will start their application in January 1st, you have to prove 20,635 plus your first year tuition fee and your traveling costs. So that is the amount you have to put together to prove for your study permit application. So this amount is for your living expenses. So you have to add an amount to it for your traveling costs plus the first year tuition fee that you need to pay to your college. So actually it will be, your proof of funds should always be more than the amount stated. So it shouldn't be the 20,635. It should be more than that because of your first year tuition and your traveling expenses
and your living expenses. So it should be more than the 20,635. Okay. All right, so the next update was on the postgraduate work permit extension. Postgraduate work permit is something that all students in Canada usually apply to get their work permit to work in Canada after your program. So if you don't know about PGWP, that is it. So this thing is actually applied once in your lifetime. So if you complete your program, maybe 2 years or 1 year program, you are eligible to apply for a work permit. So that work permit is just once. You cannot apply for postgraduate work permits twice in your lifetime, just once. But I think because of the COVID and the labor shortage actually caused the minister to help the student to extend their postgraduate work permit if it's expired. So maybe you have applied for your postgraduate work permit and it's expiring, you can extend it for 18 months, okay, extra 18 months. But the new update that has come currently is that you cannot extend your postgraduate work permit after it expires. So let's say maybe you are in Canada and you have already applied for your postgraduate work permit and it expires on 31st December this very year 2023, then you are eligible to seek for the extension. So it's for only those whose study permit expires by December 31st 2023, then you are still eligible for the old policy, which is the 18 months extension. But after that, from January, you won't be eligible to extend your postgraduate work permit application if it expires in January. Yes, so that is one thing. It's actually a bad news, but then it is what it is. So the last one that was on the online study, that is what I actually want to gather more information on that one and bring to you. So briefly, it was just these 3 updates that I'll bring to you today. So the first one is that there is an extension for the 20 hours limit of work for international students. Right now, international students are eligible to work for more than 20 hours. However, if you were able to put in your application, either you are home or you are already in Canada, if you were able to put in your application before and on December 7th 2023, then you will be eligible for this new policy. But if your application was kept in before the after December 2023, then you wouldn't be eligible for this new program which has come. The second one is on the ProofOfFund, that currently it has been increased to 20,635 Canadian dollar plus your first year tuition fee and also your traveling expenses. The third one is also on the PGWP extension. If your postgraduate work permit is expiring before December 31st or on December 31st, you will be eligible for the old policy, which is the 18 months extension. But after December 31st, then you wouldn't be eligible for this extension again. So this is the new updates that we currently have from IRCC. So please don't let this spoil your dream of moving into Canada. I've already said, if you have any plans of moving here, please do it as early as possible so that you wouldn't be affected by later updates we don't know. So please, if you have already put in your application, fine, you are safe. But if you weren't able to put in your application before the December 7th, or you are now planning to apply to any college, please don't halt your dream. Continue with whatever that you are doing. Make sure that your dream will come to pass. So please try as much as possible to do everything in haste so that at least you wouldn't be affected too much.
Thank you very much. If this video has been helpful to you so far, please, what I will tell you is that please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Like this video right now for me, and also share to as many as you can to support me. So if I get the information on the last update for the online learners, I will try and bring it out here. So please stay with me. Bye bye. I love you all.